Okay, welcome to Shabita Uganda e-learning. My name is Nelson Bitswamba and today's video we're going to look at how to find the number of subsets within a set, and then we shall be able to look at various examples. This is my telephone number, this is our email, and that is elearning@shabita.net. Then in this finding the number of subsets, it is a continuation of our subtopic where we looked at formation of subsets, and we looked at how we can form the different kind of subsets, and we looked at the different kind of questions and tricks on how they can set to trick or to make someone, whether someone knows forming subsets or subsets itself. So in today's topic we shall be looking at exactly if you are given a set and they tell you how many number of subsets are within this set, we should be able to handle that. Let's get started and we see how we solve out this problem. Okay, as I've earlier said, we are going to be finding the number of subsets, but now for us to be able to find the number of subsets, one, we should be able to know or should be able to use this formula, and it should be should be able to practice it. Now our formula here which is given is 2 to the power n. Okay, let me write it in a language that someone else, that everyone can understand. 2 to the power n. This is simply meaning 2 to the power n when you have written it like this. So they are telling us 2 to the power n, and our n is going to be the number of elements in a what? In a given set. They are saying n is the number of elements in a what? In a given set. They are saying our n is equal to the number of elements, okay? Number of elements. Number of elements in a given set. Number of elements in a given what? In a given set. So that simply means that when you are given a set, for example, let's say we have been given our set, which name should we call it? Okay, let's call it V. We have been given a set V with a certain number of elements. Let me say these elements which have been given are, okay, let me assume, should they be letters or numbers? Okay, let them be letters. We are having our B, we are having our Z and Q. Okay, these are the elements that I've just chosen. These are the elements in our set what? In our set V. Okay, in our set V. So the concept is, how do we find the number of elements in our set V? So that means for us to find the number of elements, we shall be able to say our n into bracket, where n stands for the number, bracket V, okay, shall be equal to, we handle the number of getting the number of element in a set. We said when you are given the number of element in a set like this, we just only need to count them 1, 2, 3. Okay, that means the number of elements here, they are 3. Now here we have just solved it. That means there we shall be given a number like this, and they tell us now how many subsets can we form if we are given the number of elements as 3. Okay, so we can say now here we use a formula which is 2 to the power n. That means here our 2 to the power n will be equal to 3. Okay, our 2 to the power n will not be, okay, Okay, a mistake, sorry. Our 2 to the power n will be equal to 2. Okay, that will be equal to 2 to the power what? To the power 3, where 2 to the power 3 is the same as 2 times 2 3 times, okay? Times 2 3 times. Now here we can be able to get the what? To get the answer. Okay, what is our answer here? Someone with an answer? Good. Now this simply means that when we are asked how many subsets can be formed from this set, they are 8. We shall also be able to prove and see for sure when we are given our set V equals to B, Z, and Q, how many subsets can we get within this? We shall try to prove this by forming out what? By forming out sets. But for this, we shall prove it at the due of the video. So let's proceed with this, and we see how do we find numbers of such a category. We have an example now here. An example which is given, we are saying, I have a question here. Question 1 is saying, given that y is equal to 2, 3, 5, then find the number of subset in y. So that means this y is our set with elements 2, 3, 5. Then they want us to find the number of what? The number of subsets in y. Remember, we have to state the number of elements, where n is the what? Is the number of elements. Okay, the number of elements in y is equal to 3. Okay, then to get the number of subsets within y, we shall be able to state our formula, which is equal to 2 to the power n. Remember here, when we are to get the number of elements, we said we just only need to count these elements. How many elements are within this set? Can we count them together? Yes. This 2 is the first element, 3 is the second element, 5 is the third element. That means number of elements of set y are equal to 3. So now that means our n is equal to what? Is equal to 3. Then we shall be able to say, using our formula, which is 2 to the power n, our 2 to the power n is going to be 2 to the power 3, because we have been able to get the number of element as what? As 3. Then we shall now be able to say 2 to the power 3, that is 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times. Then we shall be able to get the number of subsets as what? As 8 subsets. Okay, let's look at another example here. Another example is, if the number of elements in set P are equal to 5, find the number of subsets in P. Okay, find the number of subsets in P. Remember, we said we use our formula, which is 2 to the power n, where n is the number of what? Number of elements. So that means we shall be able to say our 2 to the power n, which is to the power 5. Okay, then we multiply 2 5 what? 5 times. So when you multiply 2 5 times, we are able to come up with 2 times 2, 2 times 2. This is 2 times 2, you get 4, 2 times 2, you get 4, then times 2. So that is 16 times 2, we get 32 subset. Okay, so we can also be able to prove and see whether is it true that when you have this, we can get 32 subsets. So we are going to prove our first example here. Our first example here, we are going to prove, is it true that when you are given set y being equal to 3 elements, do we get exactly this 8 subsets? All right, let's prove that, and we see how we can come up with that number. Let's prove that. We have our y is equal to 2, 3, 5. Okay, let's prove that from here. Okay, we have our y. Our set y is equal to, we have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 5. Okay, these are the elements in our set y. So we said our number of elements in our set y shall be equal to how many are they? We just only need to count them. There are 3. Okay, number of elements in our set y, there are only 3. So that means we shall be able to use our 2 for our formula. For our formula here, using our 2 to the power n is going to be equal to 2 to the power 3. Okay, so we are able to see how we get this, and in solving this, we said 2 to the power 3 is the same as 2. This is the same as 2 times 2. Okay, times 2. 3 times, and we are able to get 8 what? 8. So that means these are 8 subset. 8 subset. Now let's prove whether we can be able to get 8 subset if we are given our y equal to this. So we said for us to form the subset, number 1, we form an empty set. Then after forming an empty set, then we get our first element and our second element all to be independent what? Independent sets. Okay, so we are going to have a set which is 2, and also a set which is 3, and also another set which is 5. Okay, then we are also going to get another set. We said our first element with our second element forms a set. Okay, let's form it. We are going to have our first element which is a 2 with our second element which is a 3. Then also we form another set. We also form another set which is having our first element with our third element is also forming a what? Forming a set. Then also we need to form a set of our second element with our third what? Our third element, which is a 3 and what? And a 5. So we have been able now to form out all the possible subsets within what? Within our question. So let's be able to count these subsets within, and we see whether they are 8 exactly. Okay. So let's count them. First, we start with the empty set, which is part of the subsets that are given. This is 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is... Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we are remaining with another set, which is a set of all the members, all the elements within our subset, which is 2, 3, 5. Okay, so when we now count these members of this, we are able to get 8 what? 8 subsets. So this is how we can prove the number and exactly see what they are talking about. For this, let me stop here because we shall be able to look at some other questions and we see how we can really solve them. For example, these are the questions. We have 7 questions that we have to struggle and make sure we make right. So we shall be able to do question 1, question 2, each with a different lesson, such that we can be able to understand it using a step by step. So for this, let me say thank you very much for being part of this lesson. Please be able to check out on the playlist because you may attend when you are ahead and you don't understand them. Check out on the videos or the lessons that we did some time back. You'll be able to move with us at the same pace. Be able to subscribe for you to get some more upcoming lessons. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Nice moment.